you know this. It was always a leap that I knew you were going to make. Mm-hmm. And I always felt like it was going to be sooner rather than later. This opportunity seemed like it was years in advance. I felt like it was going to be college somewhere soon, but I didn't know it was going to be Michigan this soon. But this is something clearly that Jim Harbaugh had his eye on for some time. So when did you get an inkling that Jim was interested in you in this way? That, hey, man, forget going someplace else. You might have a shot right here in Ann Arbor.
It's probably 5 years ago. Coach Harbaugh and my wife were on the elevator at an event for Mott. And Coach Harbaugh, my wife had a name tag on, Ron Bellamy. And he goes, oh, any relation to Ron Bellamy? She goes, it's my husband. And Coach stopped her and he said, hey, you think your husband's interested in coaching college ball? And you know, she came home and shared that story with me. And I said, well, what was your answer?
Hey, tell me you said yes.
she said, Coach, you got to talk to him about that. So that was that moment I knew, you know, Coach Harbaugh had his eyes on, you know, just kind of monitoring what I was doing. And, you know, he heard some great things about me. And obviously I've known him before, you know, knew about Coach Harbaugh, his playing days in the league, and, you know, the great things he did at Stanford and with the Niners.
Yeah, it just felt like, from a relationship standpoint, I mean, I know Jim has to connect with a lot of high school coaches, but it felt like you guys kind of clicked over the years. Did you sort of feel like, because I know you know a lot of high school coaches too, mm-hmm. Did you feel like you clicked it with him in a way that maybe beyond how other high school coaches were clicking with him?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things where you know when the head coach of a prestigious university like Michigan calls and gets advice about certain, not only the kids in your building, but kids around the country or kids in the, you know, the Metro Detroit area, you know, like he's not having that conversation with other high school coaches. And, you know, I felt like I was his go-to guy. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of coaches, you know, establish relationships with high school coaches, and, you know, you just try to learn from them, you know, the things you should do, the things you should stay away from, what areas are rich in tradition, rich in talent. And Coach and I, you know, developed that relationship over the years. And, you know, obviously, you know, the last few years, West Bloomfield has been a destination for the University of Michigan.
All right, and so then you got to make you get hired, man. You got to make a transition quick. First you got to make a transition from high school to college. Then you got to make a transition from offense to defense. Yeah. Like, it's a whole lot coming at you real fast. So how did that come about, and how much of an adjustment has that been for you?
You know, when Coach Harbaugh and I had talked in the past about me possibly coming on, it was when you're a high school head coach, you coach everything. So it was like one of those things where it's like, hey, on the defensive side, possibly on the defensive side of the ball. So me moving to defense wasn't a shock. Mm-hmm. It was, you know, it was just, okay, you start on offense and coach, you know, you're a utility player, you know. You know, one of the guys that can coach both sides of the football, and, you know, like I said, being the experience of a high school coach, you could do that. You know, I dabbled in it at Michigan, playing both sides of the ball as well. So, you know, for me, it was whatever was best for the program, you know, and I want to win. You know, we want to win. And when Coach made that phone call, it's like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, Coach, let's go, whatever we need.